Hey, it's Aaron, and if you're watching this right now, maybe you're checking out igleads.io, and maybe you're wondering, is this a good way for you to generate more leads and more sales and more income for yourself and your business? Let's check it all out, right? Anytime, if you want to get my favorite way to get to $5,000 to $10,000 a month, 100% from home, just click the link below and I'll share with you my favorite strategy. Now, on this channel, I have reviewed literally hundreds and hundreds of different ways to make money online. I've reviewed all sorts of services, apps, websites, business models. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? So let's check out igleads.io to find out if this is the good or the ugly. Is this a good way for you to generate more leads for yourself, for your business, or are there better ways out there? All right. Now, igleads.io is basically a social media lead scraper. All right. So whether you are, in a company or you're an individual, whether you're trying to get B2B, business to business, or business to consumer leads, again, you could be pretty much in any industry, and we'll talk about that in a second, right? These guys will basically scrape social media and also things like Google Maps, right, to get you email leads, and then you can do whatever you want with those actual leads. Okay, so for example, right, so if you're, for example, a fitness coach, you're a business coach, or maybe you are you have a painting company, you have a roofing company, maybe you sell spa supplies, right? Maybe you're in construction, maybe you're a window cleaning company, right? You want to find clients, you want to find people that want to work with you. Essentially what they can do is they can use their scraping tool, all right, to scrape all sorts of different things. Let me just show you right here, right? So check this out. They can scrape Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, LinkedIn, Google Maps, which is cool, YouTube, Google, real estate websites, for example, all right? And what they do is once they give you that information, and they give you everything from their email to the address to the name attached to that particular lead, whether it's a business or an individual, right? And then you can take that information, they give it to you in, an Excel sheet, right? You can download it in different formats, and then you can plug that into either a mass emailing software, and there are a lot of mass emailing softwares out there, so you can email 100 people at once, 1,000 people at once, 5,000 people at once, or you can individually email every single person from your email. So you could do that yourself, or you could have your assistant or one of your team members or a virtual assistant do that for you. Okay, so there are many ways that you can approach this angle, right? But essentially what they do is they provide you with leads, potential leads in your area, right, of work, whether you're a business or a consumer, right, based on hashtags and based on keyword research. Okay, so instead of you going out there to create it all yourself, they can actually give you those leads. Now, there are pros and cons to doing this. We'll talk about a couple of examples, and let's see who it's actually good for, right? So in terms of pricing, it's not expensive. It's actually a very affordable to use platform. Okay, so if you use the starter plan, which is $59 a month, you can scrape up to 10,000 emails per month. Okay, so 10,000 emails per month, you get 2 seats on the actual software. Job title scraping, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn scraping. All right. If you want to go beyond that, the unlimited plan, right? Unlimited emails, $150 per month. Actually, it's still very, very cheap. Now, you probably won't need the unlimited plan, but you can probably just start with the starter plan, and it's $59 a month. But even if you used the unlimited plan, and you're scraping and you're sending tons and tons and tons of emails out, right? It's still not very expensive. I mean, you literally only need to bring in one customer a month in order to much more than cover your monthly plan for igleads.io, right? So the question you have to ask yourself is, whatever you're doing, if you're an affiliate marketer, if you're selling your own products, if you're trying to make money online, if you're a window cleaner, a painter, roofing company, spa supplies, whatever it is, right? A fitness coach, if you brought in one person, you made one sale, could you cover $59 or $149 per month? Probably, because your sale will probably be worth more than $59 or $149 per month, right? So let's talk about the pros and cons of this, okay? So the first thing that you have to understand about this is these people that you're scraping from igleads.io, they don't know who you are, all right? So that's the only thing. This is the biggest downside of this, right? So this is really it's kind of cold reach marketing. That means that whatever you're doing, whether you're a coach, a trainer, you're a business, whatever it is, you're doing cold outreach to people that have no idea who you are. All right. Now this can work depending on what kind of service you offer. So if you're a brick and mortar business, like you have a window cleaning company, you're a construction company, you're a painter, you're a roofing company, spa supplies, for example, B2B, this can be extremely effective. Okay, because if you get a list of all the businesses in your area and you're helping to support them in their business, and you're offering them a solution, and you email them, and instead of sending out a mass email, you literally sit there and you send out maybe 50 emails a day manually, and you customize it, the chances that a local business will reply to you if you do that is actually very high. All right. So in that particular instance, I think that igleads.io could be very effective. Okay, especially if it's a brick and mortar business, B2B, you're helping them solve a solution, you're actually manually emailing people, it could be really good. All right. However, if you're in a sort of like a B2C service, right? So that means maybe you're selling someone an affiliate marketing training course, or even if you're like a coach or trainer, right? And you're targeting the B2C market, a consumer market, right? Which is like mass audience globally kind of thing. And you're selling some sort of product, right? That might be a little bit more difficult, because you have to understand that most consumers receive tons of spam emails anyway. And this is essentially what it is. This is kind of a spam email, because they don't know who you are. And if you put their email that you scraped into a mass emailer and you're sending out 5,000 emails at once, the chances that they'll respond to you, okay, I mean, if you're sending 5,000 emails, people will respond to you, but they don't know who you are, right? So it looks like it's just another promotion. And that's kind of the problem with scraping tools, all right? Is that you have no relationship with the people that are receiving the emails. And so the chances that they'll respond to you is actually pretty slim. But like I mentioned earlier, if it's a brick and mortar thing, B2B business, you're offering a service, you're doing it locally, and you're sending it manually, it could be pretty good. Now, if you're a make money type of offer, that means you're offering like Amazon training, drop shipping, affiliate marketing, it's some sort of make money offer. The chances that this will work are very slim, all right? Because in the make money space, if you're trying to sell some sort of make money offer, you have to build trust. And when you scrape somebody's email off social media, even if they're interested in business or growing in income or finance or whatever, and they get a random promotional email that's been sent to them in a mass mailer, the chances of them responding and trusting you is very, very slim. I've used many, many mass emailers in the past, and this is generally the problem. Could you potentially make a sale if you sent out 5,000 emails? Yeah, you could make probably a couple of sales. But in terms of, longevity, is that a good strategy for your business to start generating big, big income like 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 a month? Probably not. Okay. However, like I mentioned earlier, depending on what kind of business you are, if this is B2B stuff, local business within your area, and you're sending customized emails, this could be really, really good, honestly. So it just really depends on the type of business and service you offer. I don't think this is this is not going to be good for everybody, but for some businesses, this type of strategy, cold outreach emails, could be really, really good. So if you want to check out igleads.io, you can head over there right here. Again, it's not expensive, and they offer scraping in quite a lot of different areas, all right, which could be pretty cool, like the Google Maps scanner, Google Scraper, right? Depending on what kind of business you are offering and what kind of service you're offering as well. All right, if you want to check it out, igleads.io. What I will say is that, again, if this doesn't necessarily fit your needs, one of the best ways to really get quality leads is to learn to generate it yourself, all right? Especially if you're in a sector where trust is very, very important. That means you have to build trust with that person, especially like if you got some sort of make money offer, right? Where people kind of like are very, very guarded. Then you need to learn how to generate your own leads so that they know who you are. With this stuff, they have no idea, right, who you are. So a lot of it is, they consider it spam email, and sometimes it might even go into spam, unfortunately, right? So you just have to, you just have to understand the type of lead that you're getting and the type of business that you're offering. All right. Now, if you're here watching this video right now, maybe you're looking for a way to generate big income. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, I've reviewed hundreds and hundreds of different ways to generate income online. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've tested a lot of these strategies myself. And for me, there was one strategy that completely changed my life. I used it to quit my full-time job. I used it to retire my mom. I used it to 5 times my old corporate salary. If you would like to check out that strategy, I actually go through this in a free masterclass, which you can check out right below this video. All right. I hope you enjoyed this review of igleads.io. I wish you all the best. See you on another video review. Take care.